Ned,
standard.
one of the things that I heard today, and somebody whispered to me that that the medicals for Correa, may have been, the let's say, the report coming out of the physical may have prevented the Giants on their end from insuring the contract. Um, and that might have been the straw that broke the back as far as making them want to back out of the deal. How many I mean, major league contracts and major league teams, these big money contracts, do the owners take out insurance on these deals? And um wouldn't has that ever entered into the time frame and how these deals become public? And do you ever have to, hey, you know what, Ned, I know you're ready to announce the deal, but let's not announce it yet because we want to see if we can get insurance on this contract, and we don't have that information yet, so we don't want to go forward until we know that we can insure the player's contract or some portion thereof it.
Well,
Are you familiar with that?
oh yeah, that's something that I hadn't heard in the last 24, 48 hours. It's very possible. Look, teams will insure players' contracts. Typically, how it works, not always, but typically how it works, it's going to be a high premium. And most insurance companies will not insure a pre-existing condition, a pre-existing injury. If a pitcher had Tommy John surgery or had labrum repair, something like that, that shoulder is not going to be insurable. Okay. And the way it can work is you've got 183 days in a season. Sometimes the insurance will not start until a player has missed half that time. It's an odd number, so it's not going to be exactly half, but 90, 91, 92 days. Those first 90 to some 92 days, that's on the club. After that, then the insurance can start to kick in. Not at 100%, maybe at 80%. It depends, like any insurance that we all buy. It depends on how much you want to pay for the right. Some teams can probably get 50% back, some teams 70%, some teams 80%, typically after the halfway point that a player has missed. And that could very well be. Now, Correa's played a lot of games the last 3 years. I think he missed two during the 60-game season. He's missed not very many the last two seasons. Does that prohibit an insurance company from saying, hey, we're not going to insure the back? Because I think he had a back issue way back when. Possibly, or be prohibitive to do it. So yeah, that is a consideration without a doubt. That could be a huge consideration. And like I said, a team's got the right to walk away from a deal. That they would announce a press conference ahead of it is where it gets quirky to me, because you either are or you're not. And as far as deals go, and I talked to so much media today because of this, both on both coasts and in both San Francisco and Los Angeles. And a lot of the media who I dealt with in LA, they kind of laughed a little bit, not because of the predicament, but because all the time when we would have a deal almost in place, and there's no such thing really as almost in place, you either have a deal or you don't have a deal. I would say we don't have a deal. When we have a deal, we'll announce the deal. But just because you're getting facts and figures and terms from an agent or from another source doesn't mean we have a deal. And so media would get on me once in a while and say, well, why, everybody knows you're going to do this deal. Why don't you just announce it? Well, the reason is because we weren't finished with the physical. And so until you get to that point, you don't have a deal. And again, I don't know who released what on this particular situation, but I think it's typically in the agent and the player's benefit to leak it someplace. And I'm not saying that happened because I have no idea how it got out there. But whoever decided to put the 13 and the 350 in the public domain, is probably protecting the player to some extent, because it's tough to walk it back. Once it's out there, I mean, look at the excitement that was caused in San Francisco. I have no idea if anybody printed up shirts or memorabilia or things like that.
They actually had a ticket package out there with this picture on there selling
Okay, so
selling some tickets. Yeah.
that's you can't put the heart in the cart in front of the horse. It doesn't go. I would never announce a deal until we had a deal. And there's no such thing as being close. You either do or you don't. And until that physical is approved, you don't. And